Hi, my name's Glenn. This is Karen, my wife, and this is our bus. Hello everyone, Glenn Denman here again today, working on the bus, of course. And so today I'm going to work on installing the ceiling. I'm using this OSB. It's actually 3/8 inch OSB. The walls I have 7/16 because that's all that was available. The 3/8 inch is just not much, but a little bit lighter, a little bit cheaper, and it flexes a lot better. So I think it's going to conform to the ceiling pretty well. So what I've got going here is I've put these brackets on the wall that are just temporary because I'm doing this by myself. So basically I can throw these sheets up on there and then finish propping them up to the ceiling and tightening them up so that I can put the screws in. So so what I'm actually doing here is I'm working on a method for sort of negotiating this this curvature of the ceiling here in such a way. I'll get this camera set up here and see if I can explain that. So what I'm doing here is the ceiling is going to be covered with this R5 isopropylene board, which is the same as what I put on the walls. And so this is going to be a continuous insulation over all the ceiling, over the framework and over my 2-inch spray and foam. But anyway, so the problem is with the curve of the bus, when it comes down to the end here, it's just a little bit tight. So what I plan on doing is I plan on installing this board so that it's just short about 5 inches from the end of this wood. So it's gonna stop there. So that way when my OSB comes on here or comes up here, it's gonna come up and something like that. And it'll just come across here with the curvature of the ceiling, and then it'll touch that wood right there. So I just have to fill in this little bit of a gap here from here down to here. So this is going to be about 5 inches back, and that way I'm not going to have to try to get that, both the insulation and the OSB, to bend around this super tight corner there. The rest of it really goes well. When I push it up, I put sheets up before, and it pushes up really nice. But if I try to go down too far here, it's just too much pressure there. So I'm going to stop that a little bit short, and I'll have that little bit of a triangle to fill in, and I'll probably just put some fiberglass or something in there. I haven't quite figured that out yet. So basically that's what I'll be working on today, and we'll see how that goes. And again, a work in progress here, and it's you know, a lot of it I just kind of plan as I go, and I don't really have a lot of deep plans. My plans are more spontaneous, and I think I'll do it like this, or I think I'll do it like that at the last minute. So let's see how that goes, and thanks for watching. So I've got this first piece up here, the first piece of 1/2 inch insulation, and I've got 2 screws in it, one here and one here, just to hold it up there enough until I get the OSB over the top of it. And I've got the fiberglass insulation here filling in this last triangular piece here, or hole that's going to be there when I get the sheet up. And then I've got a mark here that's set distance from this framing member back, and a mark here from this framing member back, and then I've got a center mark here for the center of the OSB, and hopefully that'll keep the OSB and the insulation square with the framing, so that way I don't end up with a zigzag kind of a mess by the time you get traveling down the roof. So hopefully that's going to work out, and I'll go ahead and put this in time lapse, and I'll get one piece up here and see how it works. If it works, I'll just keep on going. If it doesn't, then I'll take it back down and try something else. Okay, so just to kind of button up this video on the installing the OSB on the ceiling, it came out pretty good all the way down through. It's kind of trial and error for the first few sheets. Pretty much got a pretty good pattern going after that. It took a while to kind of pick up a mode of operation, but it worked out pretty good. So what I plan on doing here for now is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out to the full size, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it square. I kind of figure the radius is in there, coming back a little bit, so that I can just square it off. For now, I can always make it bigger, round, or whatever, because the corners are round, but I can always do that later. But I'll do that, fasten this to the edges, and just kind of, haven't decided how I'm going to use these yet or how I'm going to trim them out. Same thing at the front up here. Of course, this one at the front, I still got to cut the main opening. Obviously, I'd want to do that before I put the next sheet up, but that way I can measure it up, cut it in place. And that works good with that oscillating tool, that kind of stuff. So this just went very, very smooth, very well. The thing is now that I'm down at the front here, now I'm down to a point where I'm going to have to think about what I'm doing here, because I've got this cover here that, you know, I could just go over the top of it or whatever. The problem is you look up inside and it's insulated up in there, but like there's like a 2-inch gap up in there. It's like the whole rest of the bust ceiling, it just never was insulated very well. I might cut this thing off, I'm not sure, but this front piece gets into the windshield. Actually, it has to do with sealing the windshield. So I might just stop here, drill a bunch of holes in it, fill it full of foam or something, and then maybe create a flat ceiling here up at the front, or transition it somehow to the regular ceiling that I'll have in the rest of the bus. So I haven't quite decided yet, but I know one thing for sure. I'm going to have a mini split heat pump set up right here. I'll take this off. I'll open this up, maybe cut this a little bit, just get that thing up as high as possible, so it still has to get air probably in the top, and depends on what kind you get. But that should be back far enough here where it shouldn't be too much of a problem. People just have to watch their heads getting in and out. But that's pretty much how most of the bus converters are doing that. And other than that, I'm very pleased with the work here. So eventually I'll figure out how I'm going to finish out these sides. I'll cut this foam off, and then I'll put a channel way for wires. That way I can run wire all the way from the front to the back on both sides, and I'll have a channel way front to back at the bottom. I can run wires over head and back down again where the interior walls are, which would be at the bedroom wall, and then at the bathroom kitchen wall. So there's just any number of ways of getting wire up in here. For instance, I've got my this square marked out for my one of my fantastic fans. So I'll cut that out. I'll have a wall about 6 inches from it here. So that'll be easy enough to get the wire from. I can follow the wall, go up inside, over, and feed that fan. Shouldn't be a problem at all. So I'll probably do what Ivan LaCroix did. I really like his idea, how he just kind of created a channel all the way down the middle where he could put some puck lights or whatever. I think he has puck lights, I don't remember for sure, but I can run a series of wires. I was thinking I'd like to at least just have some main lights to turn on when you're first coming into the bus, a setup down through the middle here for the living room, a couple lights here for the kitchen, a couple lights for the bathroom, and a couple for the bedroom, just for some main lighting. And then besides that, I can put wires under the cabinets. I can put them in the end walls. There's just any number of ways of being creative with lighting and stuff, so you don't have to bury your wires inside the walls. So I've always wanted to do a bus where I didn't have to bury the wires in the walls, and this is pretty much the bus for that. So anyway, hope everybody enjoys the videos. It's a lot of time-lapse video on this one. I enjoyed doing it. Some of it was at night, some of it during the day, and it's working out pretty good, and I'm pretty pleased with the progress. So anyway, my next video, I'm not sure what it's going to be right now, but I need to finish these walls here. Over here, I've got some moisture problems with this door. It leaks in a bunch of different places, so I don't really want to cover this just yet. From about this window down to about here. So I'll probably leave that for now. It's cold outside. I can't do much with sealing stuff up. So, but I can finish this wall out here, and get my kitchen window finished out, and then start figuring on some interior walls. Once I get my shower base, I'll be able to work on this interior wall here. And then I can kind of figure some plumbing cavities, or chases, I mean, to go from the bottom up through the roof. That's another thing too, is I can put channelways, or raceways, if you will, in between the windows, so I can go from the floor to the ceiling. Same thing over here, floor to ceiling. There's any number of ways of getting wires inside these walls, or inside places where you need it. Anyway, so we'll see what the next video has. And for now, that's my progress on the ceiling. Thanks for watching, everybody.